I believe
Okay,
you
so
got stock. I said how much?
I have 10 shares of it.
Okay. And you think 10 shares is enough for you to talk
Doesn't
trash?
matter. I'm invested.
All right, bro. So are
I'm
we.
invested.
Anyone who buys a ticket is invested. But I'm going to say this. Let me say this. Your 10 shares of Warner Brothers stock,
Don't minimize. I'm invested. I'm more.
I'm
Matter
going
of
to
fact,
minimize it.
because I own stock and you don't, I'm more invested than you.
That's what I was. There it is. I knew
I'm just saying,
the inner douchebag in you
if
would
we're
come
gonna
out.
call it down the road,
You
that down the
just
middle,
did it. I
okay.
knew it.
I just stated the obvious.
You have a
I stated the
complex,
obvious.
a superiority complex. You're
I
better
don't have
than
a
me
superior.
because you got more
No,
stock than I do. I
Jody.
knew
No,
that's
I
what you did.
said
I
not.
knew it, but I was gonna say it.
I have more of an interest. I vote with my money.
You just said you're more important than I
I
am.
never said who's more important. I
You
said I'm
just
more
said
invested.
you're more
I
invested
said I'm
in
more
DC than I
invested.
am
Jody, I'm more invested into DC than you are because I
because you
vote with
have
my
10 shares
money.
of stock.
My money, it's money spent.
Let me tell you something. If I put a video out that makes 100 people go watch your movie, that wipes your 10 shares out tenfold.
We're not. That's not how this works.
That is how this works.
It
And
doesn't
that's
change
why
the
I'm going to
fact.
come to you
It
with this
doesn't change
knowledge.
the fact.
You have
Jody,
a YouTube channel that puts out videos that makes people not want to watch. You're making them run away from DC. So your 10 shares of stock is getting deleted by your YouTube videos.
What's up? This is Method Man right here. Yes, I have a mask on because I care. Welcome to Jody's Corner.
Welcome everybody. This is Jody's Corner, and I'm here with state your name.
Super Slot 75.
Super Sly 75. All right, so somebody sent me a Twitter DM that had the links to two of your videos that were about me. It's this short that's right here being displayed on screen, and he sent me a link to the video that you made about me as well. When I got that, I was like, all right, for sure, let me see what this is, because I didn't know what it was. Someone said, hey, check this out. What do you think of this? And then I saw your videos, and you had some stuff to say. Let's start off. Let's get right into it and start off with this video here.
I have a question for the DC fandom. Is John Campea and Rob Burnett still on their knees for James Gunn? I haven't watched those guys in months, ever since the Superman campaign rolled out and everyone pretty much swore allegiance to James Gunn. Also, I've noticed fat ass Jody's Corner, now he's complaining about James Gunn. All money ain't good money. John Campea, Rob Burnett, and Jody's Corner are just very, very light examples of what happens when you sell your soul. You sell your movie fandom soul to these corporations, these entities, to these weird directors. And now it performed the way it was supposed to. And now everybody's complaining and trying to find someone else to blame. No. Oh, the blame is right. James Gunn was always going to be the problem. But guys like Jody wanted the clout and the fame and backing James Gunn. And now they're getting their just due.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay. Let's pause that there. All right. So, can we have a discussion and tell me why would you say that about me, bro? That was so disrespectful.
Okay, first things first. I do apologize for the physical slander. So I don't get down like that. It was just heat of the moment, running off at the mouth. So I do apologize for that. Because
No. I ain't talking about the physical slander. I know I'm fat. I'm talking about how dare you compare me to John Campea and Robert Burnett? That's what I am now? Oh, I find that highly offensive.
Okay, all three, Angry Joe, Nerd Erotic, I put you guys are all in the same boat, because when this Superman thing came out, it's like everybody did a quick turn and pivot, and I've never seen that ever. So many people in unison for this particular rollout, which made no sense to me, because I'm like, if we know the history of James Gunn, I'm like, what are you guys super excited about? And then if I dig back enough in all you guys' content, either you were just either you hated the Snyderverse or you were Snyderverse and you're upset, and then all of a sudden this 180 pivot. Okay, let's roll with James Gunn. It just, to me, never made sense. It didn't feel genuine. It felt over the top.
So you think I was being fake?
I didn't say fake. I said it just didn't feel genuine. It didn't feel organic.
Well, if you say something doesn't feel genuine, you're saying it's fake.
No, I'm not. Fake is
So if you're saying something's not real, what are you saying it is?
if it can be not organic. It just didn't. I'll say it just didn't feel genuine. I'll use that term. I don't want to call you. I don't want to say it was fake.
But
I'll
that's
just say
what
it
you're
didn't
saying
feel
without
genuine.
saying it. You realize if you say, yo, that brother's not genuine, you're calling him fake. Let's call a duck a duck. We're men.
If that, I'm not calling you fake. I'm just saying it didn't feel.
So you're not calling me fake. Okay, so you say it didn't. So you're saying it didn't feel genuine. You felt that my videos were not genuine, or you felt they weren't genuine, but you still believe that they could have been genuine. You just felt they weren't genuine.
It felt you guys' elation over this DC universe. It didn't feel like. It just felt like out of left field. I'm like, where is this coming from? You know.
Okay, and you said you researched my channel. You said you went back.
Well, I'm saying I like we all do. If you're gonna get into a debate with somebody or have a conversation, everybody does some
No, that's
digging
good.
here, just contextual purposes. So, but I'm saying if I dig enough, everybody I just mentioned, I can find either you never liked the prior direction of it, or
When you say prior direction, what are we talking about now?
the DCEU.
The DCEU. Are you one of the people that wants to restore the Snyderverse?
I would like for him to get the opportunity to finish telling the story.
So you're a Snyder cultist.
No. That's not what I said. That's not what I am. I said I would like him to get the chance to finish the story.
I feel like that's why you're here. That's why you're calling me out, because you want the Snyderverse restored and you're not able to transition into the future. That's the past. They ripped that out of the canon. Why are you not letting that go?
Okay, first things first. If that were the case, I'd have jumped on. I see you had call-ins months ago about having Snyder Bros call in. Bruh, I'm not. I don't do that. I don't operate like that. All I said was, I think he deserves the opportunity to finish telling his story. Now, if you put more on top of that, that's on you. But that's not what I'm saying. I just said the director deserves to have his story told.
Why does Snyder 8 years later deserve to have his story told when he inflamed a toxic cult to attack Warner Brothers executives?
Okay, do you have proof that he inflamed toxic fandom to attack execs? Which execs are we talking about?
There was a Rolling Stone article that was put out some years ago that exposed the actual Snyder Cut cult release the Snyder Cut movement tied to something directly related to Zack Snyder. He was behind it.
Oh, they said he unleashed the bots. Is that
correct?
Basically, what the article said.
Correct.
You believe everything that's printed in media?
I don't believe you.
But do you believe everything that's printed in media?
Do I believe everything that's... So you're saying that this is a lie? Let's get right to it. You're saying it's not true?
Do you believe everything that's printed in media?
No.
Okay.
Now, let's get to this. When they use actual receipts and tracking where the money was coming from, do you think that the Rolling Stone was lying when they said that it was Snyder that was pushing the bots out?
Everybody has a vested interest in telling whatever version of the story they want told.
Let me tell you something. We're gonna have a great discussion. By the end of this video, your shit's gonna be pushed in because I'm the most logical motherfucker on this platform. And you called out the wrong one. This discussion is gonna be great. I'm gonna destroy your shit, and then at the end of it, you'll know why you got your shit cooked. Okay. Because first and foremost, knowing that you want the Snyderverse restored puts you in a box for me, because you are a person who, after Snyder had control of a universe for multiple years and ran said universe into the ground, and all of the controversy that's based on the Snyder cult. You know, they're very toxic, wish death on my daughter, celebrated my dog's passing away. Very nasty people. Put out images of Wonder Woman's head, Patty's head, Jeff John's head. Just real toxic stuff. After all of that, and then Walter Hamada took over and tried to shift it, didn't work. Then James Gunn comes along and makes a bold announcement. This is the DCU. All of that stuff is non-canon because Flash wiped that stuff away. This is us moving forward. And here you go, talking about, I want to see Zack's vision finished. His vision was finished. That's what the Snyder Cut release in 2021 was all about.
Is that what you took from my videos?
No, I didn't take that from videos. I took that from what you just said.
No, all I said was I just want him to be able to tell the story. If it
He
happens,
did.
oh well. If
He
it
told the
doesn't, oh
story.
well.
What are you talking about? What story are you
All
talking
I-
about?
Then no, why we're here is because your guy James Gunn put out a mid movie, and a lot of you
Oh,
guys.
we're gonna get to him. We're gonna get to him.
Okay,
Just
okay,
wait.
so-
We're definitely gonna get to all that. Don't trip.
Okay.
I'm getting to your motivation. You want Zack Snyder to come back and have his vision told. That's what the Snyder Cut movie was. Zack Snyder's Justice League was that last contractual obligation that he had with Warner Brothers coming out.
Okay, if I'm a paying customer and I like what's being put out, I will support it. So I was definitely for it. I'm like, I would like to see more of this. Now, studio execs do what they do. No. Studio execs do what they do. They rarely listen to the public. This is why the DC and Marvel and Disney are in the cahoots that they're in now. Now, I can't speak for extreme fandom. There's extremism in everybody's fandom. I apologize if these people were threatening you and your kids. That's not cool on any level, right?
You called a man, I don't care. I'm just going to use this to make you look bad for a second. You called a man you didn't know fat because of a movie. That's toxic.
You're not going to bait me. I saw what you did with Eric July. You're not going to bait me into the. Listen, I apologize.
Oh, when I clapped Eric July? Yeah, easy
Well,
work.
no. Well, I'm saying I'm not going to get into the physical part. What
do you mean?
I don't do that. I apologize for calling you.
And I
I'm
accept
not
your
here for
apology, but you said it, though. That was toxic.
Is it really toxic?
The fact that you're asking that question lets me know you're toxic.
I'm not toxic. If you saw that I'm short and you call me a short ass, I am short.
Right.
Okay, so I'm not going to get offended.
What
But
about,
just for general context?
you didn't say overweight, you said fat. Fat's a derogatory term.
Okay, would you have preferred me say obese or?
Yeah. I don't care about either way. I'm just doing this because you were okay with calling someone you never met before fat because of a movie that you felt should be out. That's toxic.
I didn't say that because of a movie I didn't care for. I was just summing it up. Like, okay, I look at all these guys and I'm like,
all of this is, I'm telling you, by the end of this
moment.
video, all of this is going to come back down
happens.
to your wanting for Snyder to return. That's why all of this is happening. Your channel, your motivation, you're not liking James Gunn, you're upset that people like Superman is all tied to the fact that you want Zack Snyder and the Snyderverse to be restored.
Sir, I don't make videos lamenting the Snyderverse. People that know me. That's not the content of my channel.
So then you're okay with moving forward and leaving the Snyderverse in the dust where it is.
No. I'm happy that James Gunn is giving you guys a mid-level product, and you guys have to eat the crow. I want to see this play out. Yes, let James Gunn keep feeding you guys this slop.
Okay.
You guys are gonna have to eat it, and I'm here for it.
Okay, so then you're okay with leaving the Snyderverse in the past then, and we can move forward and we can make this a James Gunn discussion.
If the universe aligns it, wants it, wills it for it to come back, it will. If not, life goes on. I agree.
Really wish it on a star out here of something that's dead. It's crazy that you are still talking about Zack Snyder. Let this man move on, all right? He's got a movie. He got an MMA movie coming out.
Like that. Don't. You asked me a question, and now you're piling on. You're making more of it than what it is.
You just said if all the universe aligns, Snyder will return.
Yeah, if the universe.
What type of shit is that? That's what you want.
I said if not, and then what did I just say? I said if not, then life moves on. That's what I said.
I know, but life moves on regardless what you think or not. The problem is you're not on board. You are going to be talking trash about the future. That's the problem.
Oh yes, if it's James Gunn and this is the first major tentpole, bowl of gruel that he has to serve you guys. Oh, I'm here for it. Oh yes, all day.
So you're admitting that you are against the future because you're stuck on the past.
No. I'm against the future because I know James Gunn. I don't like James Gunn. I don't like his content per se. I'm not a fan of the college frat boy humor that he likes.
Neither am I. We agree on that.
Okay.
We agree with that.
So what's the problem?
What do you mean the problem is this short you made saying that I sold my soul, my movie soul for clout and attention. What did you mean by that?
Well, if okay, and once again, to go back to the original part, yes, you guys all clamoring.
Leave me out of it. Just talk about me. It's just me, Freak Robert
Okay.
Martin Burnett, Freak the Nerdrotic, Freak them. Me.
Okay. It didn't feel genuine. Now, I can't tell if you're a DC fan or not. That's for you to decide. If you're a DC fan, cool. But I just felt you got a little bit over your head with James Gunn being at
I
the
got
helm
a
of this.
whole DC case right here. I got Superman, Wonder Woman here, Batman there.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say if I spend money and attention and make my channel based off of DC and superheroes, I would say I'm a DC fan.
Well, let me ask you this. Were you more excited for James Gunn at the helm or just DC getting a brand new reboot?
I was more excited about there being anybody except Snyder. I was excited to move on from Snyder.
So how do we go from anybody but Snyder to now don't let James Gunn do anything else?
I never said that never let James Gunn do anything else.
You said you don't want to see anything from your last video. You just said, I don't want to see
Correct.
James Gunn write, direct, anything. Why Superman? Why do you have to pick him?
Correct.
How do we
Me
get
not
there?
wanting to see it doesn't mean that I don't want him to still have his job making movies. I don't want him to be the head of DC Studios.
No, sir, that's not how this works. Jody, that's not how this works.
What do you mean?
Once again, your statement, you emphatically stated you don't want James Gunn to do anything Superman related moving
Correct.
forward.
Correct. But there's nothing I
Okay.
can do to stop that. He's making the second movie already.
Okay, so now are you going to pepper your expectations moving forward with James Gunn?
What do you mean?
Are you going to kind of dial back your excitement? Are you still excited for the next slew of DC projects under the helm of James Gunn?
Yes. It's funny how you would say that because I have there's another video I want to watch. The second video that you made of me. So.
Wait. Jody's Corner. This is you, right? This you?
Oh, the trailer is out. You guys are right. The trailer was out. The chat, you guys is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. This is the trailer reaction to Superman. This is what's gonna end and close the mouths of the haters and detractors. After this comes out, I don't want to hear nothing. Let's do this.
Listen, Jody's Corner was on the front lines when this trailer, when this whole announcement from James Gunn was brought about. He was on the front lines. John Campia, Rob Burnett, the gun chills came out in full force. You guys were on the front lines championing this, that this was going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I'm loving watching y'all struggle with your inner turmoil.
Stop playing with us. The DC was, bro. What you thought? Do not play with me. Don't play with us, bro. He talk now. Hey, he talking now. He talks like a nerd. Yeah, we can talk. Yeah, what is it? And then he instantly added some passion and some the people were dying. What do you want me? Yeah, bro.
Now, what you're going to see here is over time, Jody really struggled with his inner turmoil and not wanting to admit that Gunn was never the guy for this, and that Superman was really as bad as people say it is. All right, this thing was highly unwatchable. There is no rewatch factor. It's a one-time shot. Set it and forget it, and you never come back to it. This movie will not be talked about as far as great cinema. It will be talked about as a study case in failure, as a downgrade.
So I just got out the theater of seeing Superman. It was a very, I'm literally like 5 minutes out, not even that. It's a very interesting, inspirational, preachy at times, action-packed, visually stunning, not so awesome at times, confusing, a lot of questions movie. I think that his Clark Kent needs some work. I'm a little bit disappointed in his Clark Kent because the trailer is a little bit misleading in the sense of, like, you know, his duality between being Clark and being Superman. I don't think that his Clark Kent was very much different than his Superman. And that trailer, all right, Cronkite, all right, let's go for it. Yeah. Will you let me interview? Yeah. That was misleading. We didn't get much of Clark Kent in this movie, shockingly enough.
Cognitive dissonance is basically a psychological discomfort between with people that have two or more conflicting beliefs. Now, we all understand and know that James Gunn is a mid director, mid writer. Okay, Guardians of the Galaxy Volumes 1 and 2, his best work ever. And that really saying a whole lot? Anywho, everybody knew in the beginning when it was announced that James Gunn was going to be co-head of DC Studios. Everybody knew like he's not the guy for Superman. But we had to sit back and be patient, you guys, and let this slop and let him serve his minions gruel.
Impressive, bro. So a lot of jaw-dropping moments there. The way that he directed his flight, like, you know, some of it's CG, a lot of it is CG, most of it's CG when he's flying, right? But it looks so good.
And this is you, right? Nah, bruh, keep that same glazing energy you had when you faked hype for Superman.
Yeah, it just didn't feel genuine.
So you are saying I'm fake?
I take back the fake. Like I said, it just didn't.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Stand on it. I like when when my haters stand on it.
I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater of yours. So.
Well, I think you're a hater.
I'm not a hater. I genuinely am not.
Okay.
We have a difference of opinions. That's all.
Okay, cool. So I'm fake. You don't think I'm real? You're not genuine?
Nope.
So you're changing your mind.
Your hype did not feel, just like I said when we first started talking 10 minutes ago. I said it did not feel genuine. It did not feel genuine.
And then you typed fake in your comment.
Bro, how long ago was that?
What does it matter? You changed your mind? Is that what you're saying? Have you changed your stance today?
It's not about that. Do I not have a right to? Yeah.
Do you not have a right to change your mind? Kind of like how I did it after I seen Superman.
Okay, now I'm glad you said that. Once again, your hype at the very beginning with the rollout, the entire rollout, it just, to me, did not feel genuine. It felt like you were more happy that they were moving on from other stuff, as opposed to you being super excited for what James Gunn had planned. There's the difference for me.
Sure, but you just admitted I'm not. I said you weren't. I said you weren't genuine. I didn't feel like it was real. I used the word fake, but now I changed my mind. And you're making a video about me doing the same thing. That makes you a hypocrite. I was hyped for Superman. Then I seen Superman and I was disappointed and then changed my mind. What's wrong with that?
Where everyone's allowed to do so. Once again, it was.
But you made videos about me. But you made videos about me mocking me because I did so.
Jody, 2 videos. That does not make me a hater of you, sir.
All right, let's put the hater aside. You're critiquing me. You know, you don't agree. That's fine. I don't want you to get hung up on a hater, but I do want you to understand that what you're doing is very disingenuous. It's very unreal. It's fake. It's fraudulent, and it's misinformed. So you made 2 videos of me, even though you said you did some research on me. Then you would know that you used a trailer reaction. I believe that was for my trailer reaction, the first teaser reaction. That was a long time ago. That was before.
I said rollout, Jody. I said rollout.
What's wrong with me? That trailer was fire, bro.
Was it?
Was it? Bro,
it was?
I seen the movie. The movie doesn't live up to them trailers. Them 2 trailers was lava. There was no fake reaction there at all. I was genuinely excited.
Okay, our viewpoints of the trailer, we just disagree.
That's fine. But you're saying I faked it. You're saying I faked reactions. I don't do that on Jody's Corner.
Once again, all I'm saying is from the time this thing was announced, until through the complete rollout until the release of this movie, it felt more like you were more happy that things were moving on from another direction into this
Correct.
direction. I didn't see the super hypeness because James Gunn is being attached to it.
I got my Superman jacket on doing twists and
I said
twirls,
James
and you
Gunn.
don't think that I'm excited?
You were not excited for James Gunn. You were more excited for a different direction of DC.
No. I was more excited for this guy here. Superman. Seeing
Okay.
Superman done right is what excites me the most.
Did James Gunn do Superman right?
Yes, he did.
Now you just said in private. Come on, don't do this, Jody.
Don't do what?
You just said you don't want him to touch anything else Superman moving forward. So how
Correct.
did he do it right?
Because he got general audiences and people. What is that? My bad, that's my Twitter. James Gunn got general audiences and people who never liked Superman. And he put them in front of them and made them fans. That's an overall ultimate
Where are these
W.
people who didn't like Superman? I'm not understanding. But
Where have you been in the
can't-
last few years, bro? What are you talking about? Superman has been shitted on by your boy Snyder for a very long time.
That's your
They even
opinion.
threw him in Black Adam to try to save Black Adam. Black Adam,
The numbers tell a
Flop.
different story.
the numbers. Are you going to go
The
back
numbers.
to 2013's Man of Steel?
I'm just saying, if you put out a movie and it couldn't beat a movie from 2013, that I think that's problematic, don't you think?
No, I don't think it's problematic. I wish that
Okay.
Superman outdid Man of Steel, but Man of Steel is a better made film than Superman. But James
Why is
Gunn's
that?
Superman is a better Superman movie than Man of Steel.
Most people are not Superman fans. Most casuals want to see a good movie. Would you agree?
Yes, and that's what Superman was for them. You just said casuals. James Gunn is the king of casual, bruh.
Is he? And
Yes.
Where?
You call him mid director, mid this, mid that. That's exactly what these dumb general audiences want. They don't have deep provoking thought.
You're right. So
James
in your
Gunn is
opinion-
tailor made for them. And those are the masses. And that's how Superman benefits from a lot of the general audiences loving the character thanks to what James Gunn did.
And you are on record saying you like what James Gunn did with, even though prior you said you don't want him to touch on anything moving forward with Superman. You even question why he picked the character to begin with.
Yes, you're having a hard time understanding the difference between the two, so I'll help you out.
Oh, please break it down. Yes.
Yes, I am happy with what James did to Superman for advancing and bringing in new fans to Superman, because as a DC fan, that's what we need. I don't want James Gunn to do any more Superman movies because he's not doing them as good films like I think Superman deserves. His Superman movie was very shallow, but he got the character right. You made Superman's ideology and his image the way Superman's ideology and image should be portrayed to the world. That is the ultimate W that James is going to get here, rather than Snyder's filthy image of Superman that led a generation of fans astray, because Man of Steel is not Superman. So the fact that James Gunn did that is great. But the movie, his writing is trash. He's a bad writer, especially for Superman. And I don't think James is a Superman fan. He's a fraud. He's a fake Superman fan. So that's why I don't want him doing more Superman movies.
Gotcha. Okay. Once again, the numbers dictate to us that this he didn't bring in more casual fans.
Why?
How?
Why? I don't understand.
If once again we live in a world of numbers and stats. If they sell half as many tickets from a movie from 2013, that tells me you didn't bring in no new fans like that.
I believe that in 2013, which was 12 years ago, mind you,
Okay.
which is a whole nother slew of generational kids that were 12 or 24 now. So,
Okay.
and kids that were not born are now 12. So that's almost another generation of children who are witnessing Superman versus Man of Steel. When Man of Steel came out, it was a much more exciting time to be a DC fan. When Zack Snyder had it, the Iron Man came, Avengers were coming straight off of the Dark Knight trilogy, Christopher Nolan. everybody was watching superhero movies. So the market for superhero movies in 2013 was probably 3 times as much as the market is in 2025. Just take a look at the Marvel box office receipts. Fantastic Four only making $500 million. What? Captain America 4 only making $400 million. Thunderbolts flopping. Across the board, the superhero genre for movies is at an all-time low. So yes, you're right by saying that, yeah, Man of Steel made more. More people watched it because it was a boom era back then compared to now. It's different. So when you bring numbers out there, numbers absolutely do lie. If you paint the narrative that way, if you take into fact the different genre we're in today, where a movie can't even scratch 700 million across DC and Marvel, by the way. DC and Marvel can't scratch $700 million in a year. And Marvel had 3 movies this year. That tells you something. 2013 was different. The Dark Knight Rises came out in 2012, made over $1 billion. The Avengers came out in 2012, made $1.6 billion. Gone are those days.
I disagree because
unless it's a big movie.
How many movies for Disney or Marvel hit $1 billion? We had Deadpool, Wolverine. You had
big
Spider-Man.
Movie. Big movie.
Okay, what? Thunderbolts?
Those are event films.
They're good movies, though.
Yes, but Deadpool and Wolverine is trash. These are event films. Deadpool and Wolverine is a horribly written movie.
Is not a trash movie. I'm sorry.
Oh,
trash
so you think that a movie is good if it makes money?
Oh, I take that back. The Marvel shouldn't have made $1 billion. So I take that point back.
Okay,
so
cool.
There are chances.
You saved yourself.
There are chances where trash movies will make $1 billion.
There's like 3 Star Wars movies and they're all trash, and they made lots of billions of dollars.
But let me just say this: the reasons why Marvel, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, they all suffer because of a recent track record of bad movies. But just last year, everyone's like, "Oh, the movies are back." Deadpool, Wolverine, everyone's like, "Okay, theater is back."
Deadpool, Wolverine was an event. That's a bucket list movie. Of course, people saw it. Spider-Man: No Way Home is a bucket list. You had 3 Spider-Man that no one ever knew would happen. Of course, people saw that. They're gonna see Doomsday. They're gonna see Avengers. Those are event films.
You can't minimize those movies. No, we can't do that.
Why?
They came, they saw, they conquered. You can't diminish or minimize the impact those movies had. It goes against.
I'm not minimizing the impact. I'm being honest of why those movies did well. Deadpool and Wolverine is a bad movie that did not deserve $1 billion. Bad movies like Deadpool and Wolverine do not deserve $1 billion. That's what's wrong with our society. And I can say that looking back. Had I known that movie's gonna be that bad, I would have been like, bruh, this movie don't deserve no billion. But I get it. Okay. It's an event film.
You sound like John Roca. So you agree? So you're saying that most
John Roca's absolute garbage and trash. Freak John Roca. He's a bitch.
But hear me out. He said most casual moviegoers are dumb or stupid. They don't know good.
I agree. He probably got it from me.
These movies succeed because the casuals are dumb or just don't.
John Roca be watching my channel. He probably took that from me. He's trying to be me.
I have no dog in that fight. All I'm just saying is
I'm saying it. Forget what John Roca. I say that.
Okay. So
movie viewers, movie goers, general audiences are dumb. Yes. Do you remember have you ever seen Men in Black?
Yes.
You remember the bench scene where Will Smith was telling Kay, why don't you just tell people? People are smart. Why don't you just tell them the truth?
Can't handle it. I agree.
And Kay, what did Kay say though? Kay said people are overreactive, irrational, illogical, and you know it. He said, yes, a person is smart, but people are dumb. They're ignorant. And that big segment is the ones who love James Gunn's Superman, bro.
Okay. And you're not concerned at all moving forward with this new cinematic universe?
See, you trying to throw everything on James Gunn when James Gunn said,
the boss, is he not?
Yes, but he said himself, I'm not responsible for what other directors and writers make. He said, I'm only responsible for my piece of the pie, movies that he writes and he directs. That's it. Other creators and directors like Anna Nagaria and Craig Gillespie that are making Supergirl next year, that is all them. James had nothing to do with that movie. And I'm excited for that.
Okay, then why do you give the same smoke to Zack Snyder? Why does everyone blame Zack Snyder for the failure of the Snyderverse when you had multiple different directors come in to help with that universe?
So
It's the same argument you just said right there.
so here, Zack Snyder had way more influence and power than James Gunn does now. That's number one.
How? That didn't.
How?
There's no way. No, no, no.
There's no way?
Because what was Snyder's job? Director, producer, if that.
Everything.
James Gunn is co-head of DC Films. What are we
Wait,
talking
no.
about?
James' title is higher, but like I said, Zack's influence and power in the universe was greater.
I saw what you did there. You Sammy. You was tap dancing like Sammy Davis Jr.
I don't tap
saw you
dance.
moonwalking.
I don't tap dance. Please call me out. What did I do wrong?
You're implying that Zack Snyder has the same influence
More.
as James Gunn.
More. He had more. That's what I'm saying.
No. If that were the case, then why did he get kicked off his own movie?
Is that a rhetorical question?
Break it down for me. Please explain it to me. If this man has so much power,
Before I
and cachet,
answer this question, why do you think he got kicked off of his own movie?
it's not about. Don't put it back on me.
All right, cool. Because I do that because I kind of know where you guys be going with stuff. He got kicked off of his own movie because
it's just me here. It's just
he got kicked off of his own movie because he sucks, and Warner Brothers knew it. They knew that he was going to get a flop, and they got rid of him. And they used and weaponized the death of his daughter to get him out.
His daughter took her own life, and
That's not why they got rid of him, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, see, that's why I asked you. I
So
knew
then
you were
where's
going to
the
say
power?
that.
Then where's the power and influence then?
There's a lot of people in the Snyder cult that have no idea why Snyder
I'm
was
just
fired.
asking questions. I got people that work for Warner Brothers too. I got snitches. What you
That's cool.
saying?
So then you wouldn't be saying what you're saying. The fact that you think that lets me know that whoever you got at Warner Brothers is lying to you.
I just asked the
And
question.
I got the answers. They
You
got rid of him
compared-
because they did a screening of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and the executives hated it. They got panicked, and they said, "Oh my God, They had signed Jeff Johns and Alan Berg to micromanage Zack every shot that he took on set."
And that movie was trash before it, to the point where Jeff Stanky coughed up $70 million to give to Zack to finish the original version. That's a cluster.
100
That's
million.
a cluster. Who does
So that's
that?
why.
What kind of business
So
is that?
any studio that has to put head producers to micromanage your work, that lets you know that the studio is not confident in the director. He was
Okay,
on
so
his
let's go
way
here.
out.
I like where you're going. Ann Sarnoff, Toby Emmerich, Walter Hamada, Kevin Sujihara, Alan Silverman, Jeff Johns. What happened?
What do you mean? I
What,
think
they're all
Ann
no
went.
longer there for whatever reason,
Ann
right?
went somewhere else. Greenblatt. I think he's doing.
But why? Why did they all get kicked out of their positions?
There's something called merger. They were sold to another company.
That's not how. Now you just
Go, baby.
said
Go, baby.
Zack
Shut the door.
was doing a bad job. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 executives that micromanaged a brand new universe
It was
are no
only
longer
two.
with Warner Brothers.
It was only two. It was Alan Berg and Jeff Johns. Alan Horn
They
and Jeff Johns.
all had influence. Let's not do that.
They got wiped because AT&T bought Warner, bro. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. When new companies come in, other fools lose their jobs. That's why they're not here.
So why is Mike Abdi and Pam? Why is Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi still there then?
They are part of the Hamada era.
Oh, okay. So we pick and choose who we keep from each regime.
Yes, when a merger happens,
when new regimes come in, everybody gets wiped
not
out.
not everybody, because
Well, which
the
one is it,
merger, when a
Jody?
merger happens, someone
Usually
who is
everybody goes.
usually yes, but there are exigent circumstances where someone is so exceptional at their job, they keep them and bring them over because they have. Oh, you did well. Let's bring you on. But the rest of them, they can go. We don't need them.
Okay.
And that was the case for Abdi and DeLuca. And Abdi and DeLuca almost got fired this year. I don't know if you remember. Before Sinners came out and Minecraft made that $1 billion, their job was on the chopping block. They almost got fired this year.
Their jobs were always on the chopping block.
All right.
They were always on skating on thin ice. I
Yes.
don't know how they deal with it. God bless them.
And what do you mean how they deal with it? If you're not paying attention to the news, Warner Brothers has 7 consecutive $40 million plus box office
And how many
opening
of those
movies,
movies were
which is a
greenlit by
record.
Abdi? And how many of those movies were greenlit by Abdi and DeLuca?
The two biggest ones, Sinners and Minecraft.
Imagine that. And what regime did they come from?
They came from the previous regime,
And what movie cinematic universe were they working on?
DCEU.
Oh, imagine that.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Right.
It's funny
Just
how
throwing
life-
shit
it's
out there that
funny
means
how-
nothing, right? Say your words and stand on it. Don't do that. Say what you mean by that. What does that mean? Are you trying to give? Are you trying to give Snyder credit for his bosses?
Listen, the fact that this man's ghost shadow still looms large over DC tells you everything you need to know.
Because of you and your toxic cult.
Listen, don't give me that much power. Don't give me that much credit. Okay?
No, I'm giving the cult credit. The cult gets credit. You just said that the cult got $100 million out of Warner Brothers and forced them to release a movie. That's power, bruh.
So, which one is it? They gave up the money to course correct the decisions, the bad decisions that they made as executives?
No,
because I've never heard a studio
absolutely
ever do that.
not. Never. It's unprecedented. That's why your toxicity is immense.
How is
you
that
guys
toxicity?
Bullied $100 million out of Warner Brothers.
You fired a man while he was grieving over his dead daughter.
They were going to fire him before she died.
I think people would be upset. Regular, casual people would be upset over that.
Sure, I would be upset over that, but that's not you. You're upset that he's not directing no more.
Me, listen.
Yeah.
Listen. At the end of the day, Zack Snyder gave you one of, if not the greatest comic book movie ever, and there's nothing you could say or do about it, and that's it. And I'm cool with that.
I can say that you're batshit crazy with that bad take.
Okay, so The Watchmen is not considered the greatest comic book movie ever?
No, not for me. Not by me, by you.
I think a little bit more.
A Snyder fan? Of course a Snyder fan would say that.
I'm not a Snyder. Listen.
You're not a Snyder fan?
Wait. I think he's visually just a fantastic director.
Are you not a Snyder fan?
Hold up. He needs a stronger writing team.
Are you a Snyder fan?
I'm not a fan of no man. I like his work. I like his work.
Are you a fan of Zack Snyder, the director, all that shit?
If he puts out a movie, I'll go see it. Just on the strength.
What are you doing? What are we doing here? What is this? You won't even
admit
admit that you're a fan of this man. You're over here. We're having this video, all influenced by him and his universe, and you won't even admit he's a fan.
Jody, you asked me if I'm a fan. I said no, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Zack Snyder. I like his work.
You're not a fan of Zack Snyder, but you're doing all of this.
No. Wait, all of what? My whole video.
Now you're being Ripper. You're running into a corner saying, "What am I doing? That don't work here."
All came. No. Had y'all?
You're doing what Ripper did.
Jody, had
what I do? What does that mean? Huh? What you mean? Nah.
Had you not overextended yourself with the reaction or the
overextended myself with the reaction? You're upset that I was excited?
Helmed by a mid director.
So you're upset that I was excited about a Superman trailer over a director you don't like?
Why would I be upset? You like it, I love it. Why would I be upset? I'm just enjoying you guys walking it back. That's all.
You're enjoying us walking it back. James Gunn, get him up out of here. DC rises though. DC's the ultimate. That's what means stuff to me. I'm a DC fan, bro.
Sir.
I'm a DC fan.
Give me an example of DC Rising.
I'm sorry, what?
Give me an example of DC Rising.
This right?
That what?
Superman.
That mid movie.
Oh, that mid movie that you think is mid because you're a Snyder fan.
The numbers.
No, this mid movie that a lot of new fans come to be Superman fans because of. That's why.
That mid movie that failed to outperform a 12, 13-year-old movie.
Correct. I already told you why it didn't perform.
That's your example of DC Rising.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And
I can't.
What did Marvel do this year? Did they rise above Marvel this year?
Listen, Marvel can afford to have 10 flops in a row and will still outperform DC. That's how bad DC.
Did they outperform DC?
Wait. Hear me out. DC is so fractured. You got like 4 or 5 different fandoms in one in that with tied to that company. It is so fractured. James Gunn is not the guy to unite everybody. He's not the one.
You should not be united with us. I reject
That's
you.
not.
I reject the Snyder Code.
I'm a fan of DC.
Toxic fandoms do not have no place for
everybody
DC.
United. I'm a fan of DC.
If you're a fan of DC, you'd be on board with what James is doing.
I'm not on board. I cannot.
So you're not a DC fan. No, you're not. How
am I not a fan?
Because you're not behind DC right now.
Okay, we're football.
Are you interested in Supergirl? Are you interested in Clayface? Are you interested in the Bat? You have no interest in the future. How are you a DC fan? You are not.
Wait. Are you a football fan? Yes.
No.
So do you have any favorite sports teams?
Yes, the Lakers.
Okay. When the Lakers made bad trades for whoever in the past, did that still stop you from being a fan?
No.
Okay then. So how can I not be a DC fan if I don't like the direction they're going in?
You just made a horrible example.
That's a perfect
what you're
example.
doing. What you're doing is you're gonna see a Lakers trade and you're gonna hate it. You're gonna rant on it, but you're still gonna watch them and go to the games.
I'm
You're
still a
hating
fan
on
of the
James Gunn.
Lakers.
Right. You're hating on James Gunn, but you're a DC fan. You should still be promoting and watching these movies.
Okay,
But you're not.
so
You're not watching the games, and you're not coming to Laker games, bruh. You ain't no DC fan.
once again, I've had HBO Max from its
You're not
inception.
watching.
Hold
Did
up,
you
hold
go
up,
watch
hold up,
Superman in
hold up.
theaters?
Hold up. I got paid to go. I was not going to put my monies to that. I got paid to go see that.
No fan. You're not a fan then.
I'm not a fan of James Gunn.
That's Superman. Free James Gunn. Superman.
I'm not
The
a
most
fan of this
iconic
version
hero of all
of
time.
Superman that James Gunn is giving me. I'm
You're
not a
so
fan of that.
disingenuous. You won't even
I have
admit
a
you
right to
cope,
not.
bro.
How
Come
am I
on.
disingenuous?
I'm having wordplay with you because you refuse to identify and admit what you are. And everything else you say is said to the contrary.
What am I to you?
You're a Snyder cultist who wants the
I'm not
Snyderverse to be
cultist.
restored, who does not want James Gunn to be a DC, neither do I, but you're willing to talk trash about every DC movie under James Gunn's tutelage because you don't like him and you want Snyder back. That's
I don't
what you
like
are.
James Gunn's style. He's a mid director.
Are you excited for Supergirl?
Hold up. I don't like seeing grown men in tighty whities. No, I'm not a fan of college frat boy humor. Sorry.
Is this what you mean by tidy whities? You talking about his trunks, his canon
No,
iconic
sir.
trunks?
No, sir.
What are you
I
talking
watch
about?
everything. Just I got it because this is part of our job to keep up on knowing everything. So as much as I hate Peacemaker, I'm gonna watch it. Be like, let me get up to speed. And all Peacemaker is John Cena in tidy whities.
Why are you watching that?
Wait.
filth?
Suicide Squad.
I don't
Wait,
watch
his
that
version of
garbage.
Suicide Squad that lost WB money.
So
John
I'm-
Cena in tidy whities.
All right, for
This is what
sure.
James Gunn is.
All right,
James
cool.
Gunn is a juvenile in Arrested Development. That's it.
Yeah, he's trash.
Okay.
What's that got to do with DC?
Why should I be excited about the direction under a man like James Gunn?
I'm about to cook you. Jim Buss came to run the Lakers after his father died. Hated it. We all hated Jim Buss. But we still watched the games. We still rooted for the Lakers. We still went to the freaking games and we supported our team, bro. You a fraud. You ain't no
Jim
DC
Buss
fan.
had a vision.
You're not a DC fan.
Hold up. I got you. Jim Buss was a visionary. Nobody saw his vision but him, and we saw it play out. It took us, took a few of us a little bit longer to
A
catch
visionary-
it. But when we,
What?
Jim Buss did all that. Everything that we see now, the Lakers is because of him.
No, we're talking about his son.
Okay, the son is trash.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. He ran the team for like 5 years.
Fine.
And we were
Okay.
all upset. But we still supported the Lakers. What you're
Okay.
doing is you're upset that James is running DC, and now you're like, oh, forget DC. This gonna be whack. This gonna be whack. Nah, you're not a fan. That's not
Okay,
fan.
you
That's
ready to
not
go?
fan
Ready?
activity.
Here's my response to that. I still watch all the old DC animated stuff. I still watch all the old DC films. I'm a fan
It's
of DC.
old, bro. You need to
Doesn't
be with
matter.
the
It's
current.
support nonetheless.
The old
I
don't
support-
matter. No one cares
I
about
give
that. That's the
hold up.
past.
I give HBO Max $17 a month, and you're gonna sit here and tell me I don't support? Are you kidding
Yes,
me right
I'm
now?
telling you don't support
I got
because there's
10
other
shares of
things
stock.
on HBO Max
10
besides
shares of
DC.
crappy Warner Brothers stock at $12.31. I've been losing money on that stock for 10 years, and guess what? I still hold on to the stock.
That
So
just
how
makes
you
you a
sit here and tell
bad
me-
businessman.
That's not bad. Listen, I'm a fan through and I support with my money. Now,
You support with
I
your
can have
money?
the
You said
right-
you didn't buy a ticket
as
for
a
Superman.
shareholder, I have the right to say, you know what? I don't like this direction. Y'all going in over here, but I'm gonna go over here with the old stuff.
You said you didn't buy a ticket for Superman. Why are you
I was
talking to me
paid-
about HBO Max?
What I'm saying is, it does not. Do they not profit off my subscription money? Who's the money going to?
Buying
When I
a
paid my
Superman ticket is showing more love for DC than
I
having an
support the
HBO Max
conglomerate.
subscription.
What's the difference? It
The
all
difference
goes
is
to the
that
same
HBO Max has content that's not DC on it.
I'm sorry,
When you
say that
watch
again?
Superman, it's strictly DC property. They're getting more money.
Sir, you mean to tell me there's no DC property on HBO Max? Is that what you just
Oh
said?
my God.
Run it back.
I'll run it back slow for you to understand.
Okay, yeah,
When
please.
you get an HBO Max subscription, you're
Uh-huh.
subscribing to way more than DC content. The
Okay.
DC content on HBO Max is less than 5% of the content on HBO Max. So you
Okay.
telling me that you spend $17 a month on less than 5% of DC product is less than spending $30 for an IMAX ticket to Superman.
That's all I care to watch on HBO Max.
But you didn't buy a Superman ticket.
No, I did not.
Fake fan.
That's not a fake fan. I can
You
support the conglomerate.
use the logic of buying an HBO Max subscription. I'm a fan because I have stock and I have an HBO Max subscription. But you didn't buy a Superman ticket and you said that doesn't make me not a fan.
It doesn't.
It does.
I
You're
give
Jim
my
Buss when the
I'm
Lakers own them
supporting
and you stop watching Laker
I'm
games.
funding the machine that gives you DC. What do you mean? What's the difference?
The difference is you have a channel, right?
I
We're
do.
talking to your channel. The difference is freak what you're doing. You're even on a higher tier. You're not just general. You have a channel where you can influence people. And you're using your influence to work against DC. I would argue that what you're doing on YouTube is in the disinterest of DC more than whatever $100 stocks you got or whatever your $17 HBO Max subscription could ever buy.
As a shareholder, I have the right to do so, to voice my displeasure with the current state and direction of
Yes.
DC films.
You
That's
do
my
know
right.
that you're making people not participate and give their money to DC, right?
Okay, then good.
Now you've contradicted yourself.
I'm not contradicting myself. Why,
Clapped.
If,
I told you this
if
was
I'm
gonna
not
happen.
happy, Jody, if I'm not happy in the direction it's going, so I'm a hypocrite because I'm like, I can't rock with this. I can't go. No, that's not how this works.
Okay. I'm not
'Cause at the end-
I'm not
'cause at the
taking
end of
your
the day-
stance. I
at
would
the end of
never
the
say
day-
that I'm a DC fan because I got stocks. That's ridiculous.
What more? That's with my wallet.
That's a
My money
business. That's a
speaks-
business
my
venture. That's
money
for your
speaks
pocket.
volumes.
You buy the stock. Why do you buy stock? You buy stock to try to get a return on your investment, correct?
For the most part, yeah.
It has nothing to do with DC. You're trying to get money. And the fact that you're sitting here, you said you've been bleeding
I'm not
money,
gonna
taking
get any
L's,
money out of-
just makes your investment strategy is poor.
No. It shows my commitment to the conglomerate. Now, once again, it makes no sense for me to complain if I ain't got no skin in the game. I got skin in the game. So yes,
No,
I've
that doesn't
earned the
work.
right.
You don't have enough
I've-
skin in the game. You're not a real big stockholder. You probably got
Doesn't
less
matter.
than 50 shares.
Doesn't matter.
You don't matter.
Doesn't matter. Now
It
you're
does matter.
minimizing-
You don't
now
have
you're-
you don't
now
have
you're
interest. You
minimizing-
can't speak on calls. You don't give input. Warner Brothers doesn't listen to you. You don't have enough stock
listen,
to have
every
input
quarter,
on the company.
Guess what? I'm listening to those crappy ass earnings call. Every quarter, I'm there.
You have no input.
Obviously, my money is inputting, and once again, if my voice, if I can voice my displeasure to the higher ups, I don't like this.
Okay. So
And let
just
that be it.
if you input money into something, that makes you a fan of it. Good logic. Cool.
If I input money, I've earned a voice in it.
Okay.
I got skin in the
Everybody who
game.
buys a ticket can say that.
As they should.
So what makes you any different?
I'm not saying I'm different.
So you're not
That's the thing.
special.
I didn't say I was.
But you're throwing it out there like you are. I got stock. I'm different.
I'm showing how invested I am.
That doesn't
This
mean
is not
nothing.
This is not just rhetoric for me.
How much money
I-
you got? How much money is in? Let me see a receipt. How much you put in it?
Quit playing with me.
I'm not playing. I'm dead serious.
We're not doing this.
Okay. We'll move forward. All right. I was serious. Show me how much you put
Okay.
down.
Okay.
I know it's only a little bit, but it's all right. I'll let you say stock. It's
I mean,
buff.
you want me to
It's
walk
buff
up
to
to my
say
stash
I
and
got
Robin
stock
Hood
in
to show you?
DC.
Come on, we're not-
But that ain't
come on,
nothing.
man.
How much
I
you
had
put
no-
down? How much
I
money
had
did
no-
you
I
put
had
on
no
it?
Need to come. I'd have no need to come on here and capture you, bruh.
I'm not saying that you lying. I believe
Okay,
you
so-
got stock. I said how much?
I have 10 shares of it.
Okay. And you think 10 shares is enough for you to talk
Doesn't
trash?
matter.
with
I'm
me?
invested.
All right, bro. So are
I'm
we.
invested.
Anyone who buys a ticket is invested. But I'm going to say this. Let me say this. Your 10 shares of Warner Brothers stock.
Don't minimize. I'm invested. I'm more.
I'm
matter
gonna
of fact,
minimize it.
because I own stock and you don't. I'm more invested than you.
That's what I was. There it is. I knew the inner
I'm just saying.
the
if we're
inner
gonna call it-
douchebag in you
if
would
we're
come
gonna
out.
call it down the road.
You
that's down the
just
middle.
did it.
Okay.
I knew it.
I just stated the obvious.
You have a
I stated the
complex,
obvious.
a superiority complex. You're
I
better
don't
than
have a
me
superior-
because you got more
No.
stock than I do.
Jody,
I knew
no,
that's what
I
you
said
did.
no,
I knew
I
it, but I
have-
was gonna say it.
I have more of an interest. I vote with my money.
You just said you're more important than I am.
I never said who's more important.
You
I said
just
I'm more
said
invested.
you're more
I
invested
said
in
I'm more
DC than I
invested.
am
Jody, I'm more invested into DC than you are because I
because you
vote
have
with my
10 shares
money.
of stock.
My money, it's money spent.
Let me tell you something. If I put a video out that makes 100 people go watch your movie, that wipes your 10 shares out tenfold.
We're not. That's not how this works.
That is how this works.
It
And
doesn't
that's
change
why
the
I'm going to
fact.
come to you
It
with this
doesn't change
knowledge.
the fact.
You have a
Jody,
YouTube channel that puts out videos that makes people not want to watch. You're making them run away from DC. So your 10 shares of stock is getting deleted by your YouTube videos.
Jody, I'm more invested in you than you because I vote with my money. I put money into what I'm talking about.
Are you going to be watching Supergirl in theaters too?
If someone pays me, yes.
So no. You're not going to
No,
put your money into the
not
movies.
unless somebody pays me. No. I just said I'm not. I don't care for the direction it's going in.
What
Now,
about Clayface?
I will watch Lanterns because it's on HBO Max.
What about
I like,
Clayface?
Clayface, I don't know. I had to see a trailer.
What about
I
the
had to see a trailer.
Batman Part 2?
Oh, definitely. I'm with Matt Reeves, and I hope he doesn't cave and fold his into the Gunverse.
What about Wonder Woman? You going to watch that?
No,
You going to watch Teen Titans?
no.
So let me get this straight. You're not going to watch any DCU movies because James Gunn is the head of the studio.
I have no interest. He does not draw the interest for me. I have nothing. No, doesn't do it for me.
Okay? But you're a DC fan.
I am a DC fan.
You're a DC fan who refuses to watch DC movies.
No. I pick and choose. I watch the old DC stuff.
Old stuff is already out. I'm talking about
Doesn't
stuff
matter.
that comes out. New
Doesn't
stuff.
matter. I enjoy it.
That's cool. It does matter because if you watch Fantastic Four from the 60s and claim that you know all about them in 2025, I would say you're crazy. You
That's
need
a
to be
different
current.
conversation.
No,
That's
you.
a different-
If you're not watching because if you don't watch, if everyone had your excuse, oh, I watched the old stuff. Guess what your company Warner Brothers would be? They would be bankrupt and they would go out of business.
How do you dictate somebody's level of fandom according to your metric?
Let's not
How does that-
go
how
to.
do you
I'll
do
get
that?
to that question after you address my statement. If everyone
what's your
had
statement?
your
Okay.
logic, Warner Brothers would be bankrupt right now.
What is my logic?
I watch old
everything-
stuff, not the new. I don't support them
Okay.
currently because I watch the old stuff. If everyone had that logic, Warner Brothers would be bankrupt tomorrow.
I've supported everything up until everything went left. What year was 2018, 2019? When The Flash came out, I was already done. I was checked out. And if it goes bankrupt because of people like me, good. It should. That's how
DC
you learn to
should
give
go
people.
bankrupt.
Oh, hear me out.
Holy
We don't.
freak.
We don't. Nobody bats an eye when companies go bankrupt and go out of service because they.
This is a
bad.
DC fan who said DC should be bankrupt, but I'm a DC
Listen,
fan. What the heck is going on?
All I'm saying is, if it burns, it burns. You give the people what they want, you won't have these problems.
You sound exactly like a Snyder cultist.
I'm not a sniper.
That's exactly what they say.
No, that's a human being a human.
I would never
You give
say nothing
people
like
what they
that.
want.
I would
You
never
give
say
people
nothing
what
like
they
that.
want. You give.
If
give
it
the people
burns,
what
it burns. Unless you give us what we want. You sound like a terrorist.
Companies go under all the time, Jody. We don't.
If
We don't shed any tears.
you like Ivan Drago and Rocky. If he dies, he dies. That's crazy.
What? Who just went bankrupt? Somebody would just went bankrupt. I didn't
Fox
see you
went
shed any
bankrupt. You
tears.
see what happened to Fox? You want that for DC?
If that's the best long-term course of action, yeah.
Shoot.
Listen, I would
You a
love.
madman.
You know what I would like? You know what I would like? I would love for Comcast
what you
Universal
like.
to purchase DC and
know
run
what
it
you
and bring
like.
it back under Christopher Nolan. That's what I would love to see happen.
Yeah, with Snyder coming in and bringing back his Justice
Hey,
League Part 2 and
matter of
3.
fact, Paramount. I would like Paramount to go ahead and acquire DC. Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm all for change.
So you're not for supporting the future. As far as I'm concerned, what you're saying here about me, I feel like you were left field, and I wanted to course correct. I didn't fake a single reaction because I don't do that. I'm one of the
All good.
realest YouTubers on this platform when it comes to movie reviews, critique, and pop culture.
Okay,
And I've been here for 10 years doing so.
that's what's up.
So I just wanted to clear the air and let you know that you were wrong about your assumptions about me.
That's all it was is an assumption. I never claimed to know you.
But you said you did research on me. You would have known that I've
Okay,
been talking
research
on
is
my live
we
streams,
go through
bro. For the
let's not,
last year,
we
for the
both been on
last
DC
4
long
months,
enough.
I've been on an anti James Gunn tirade. This was prior to Superman even coming out.
Okay, and I got watched plenty of your streams where you just take on phone calls from people with
Correct.
opposing, and you would go ham on them. I'm just like, wow.
What do you
But
mean?
hey,
Yeah.
everybody's getting what they want, and that's great. I won't support this direction. That's all.
All right, so you're an outspoken, avid non-supporter of the DCU.
I'm a full supporter. I'm a vocal supporter of things that I like.
But there's nothing that you
don't-
like that's coming out except for the Batman Part 2.
That's it.
Okay, so you're not really a supporter of DC. And the
I'm
Batman
not-
Part
okay,
2
let me-
is
let me
not
preface that.
DCU.
I'm not a supporter of anything with Gunn attached to it.
Then watch Supergirl.
I'm good
Why?
because I don't care for Supergirl.
Watch Clayface.
I gotta see a trailer first.
Watch Teen Titans. Watch
No,
Wonder
I'm
Woman.
good. I had no interest in a Teen Titans movie. Nobody want that. Nobody asked for a Teen Titans movie.
What's wrong with Teen? Watch Wonder Woman.
I was happy with the Wonder Woman we had previous. I'm good. No, thank you. I'll pass.
See how disingenuous you are, man?
How am I this? I'm telling you what my preference is.
A DC fan who said, I'm good on Teen Titans, Wonder Woman, and Supergirl. You are not a DC fan.
Hold up. Over the last 10 years, and I watch all the Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans everything. I'm a Teen Titans animated head. I've never not once asked for this on live on the big screen. Hell, I even watched it the TV series. I was a fan of that, but not one time did I ever ask, "Oh, we need a Teen Titans Go movie." I don't want to see it on the big screen. I'm cool.
What you want to do is see another Snyder Cut movie. That 4-hour, boring, long, slow-mo, 50 minutes of slow-mo
I get it.
garbage
You don't
movie.
like what the previous universe offered.
Yes,
That's great.
a lot of us didn't like it. Most of us
Who's
didn't
a lot
like
of us?
it.
Because the numbers, those first 4 or 5 movies, the numbers were there. It was
Once
studio
again,
management that blew it up from inside.
Let me help you out. I'm going to help you out because you don't understand. If this movie came out in 2013, it would have made $1 billion.
That's hypotheticals. We can't do hypotheticals.
Oh, let's not do hypothetical. For sure.
We can't.
All
We
right,
can't.
cool. But I'm telling you, if this movie came out at that height,
Okay.
it would have made $1 billion.
Let me ask you this. You tell me why this movie didn't outperform Man of Steel.
Because the superhero genre is cooked right now.
That's the only
That's not
reason
the
you
only,
got.
but that's the overall. So, like, the overall issue is that people are cooked on some of these superhero movies because they're not good. The quality of these movies, people are starting to like be like, man, I'm good, bro. So the hype on superhero movies is down. Number 2, politics, identity politics, LGBTQ, men suck, women are awesome, all that BS, that fake woke agenda crap they put in these movies. People are turned off on it. And I would say, like, number 3, for as far as Superman is concerned, it's a brand new universe. You know, all firsts come out low. Iron Man in 2008 made less money than Superman, bro. Why don't you say
Okay.
that?
Wait. Okay, let's go Iron Man. Iron Man had one person or 2 people calling it. Perlmutter and Feige. There was not 4 or 5 different studio heads meddling.
What does that matter? Superman made more money than Iron Man without
they're
inflation.
all mitigating factors. It's all mitigating factors.
Mitigating
And Marvel
factors.
stayed the course. Wait. Marvel stayed the course. And I hate to say this, but had the execs stayed the course.
Don't
with
say
the
that to
Snyderverse,
me. You can't say that to me. You
How?
are not able to say that to me.
What exactly? What am I not
That
able to say?
phrase you just said, stayed the course, is something that you admitted you're not willing to do. You are void of saying that statement, sir.
I'm not staying the course with James Gunn.
All
Anything
right,
James
so
Gunn.
you can't mention about.
Hell no.
So you just try to make a point of staying the course is why Iron Man was great. Why can't that same thing not be true for Superman? The
Because
DC
Iron
fans
Man
like
was
me who stayed the course to watch Supergirl, watch Clayface, watch Teen Titans, watch Batman Part 2, watch Wonder Woman, and then we see that the DCU blows up into this big, huge franchise, but there's going to be people like you left behind who cannot be here because you wasn't a DC fan.
Jody, you know why they stayed the course with Iron Man? Because it was a great movie. Superman is not.
That's your opinion. But like I
Is
said,
it?
them general audiences, they love this guy.
You said they're dumb, so they don't count.
What you mean they don't count? General audience is the biggest market.
But
They
they're
count
dumb.
the most.
Why would I take? Why would I take the opinions of sheep serious?
I didn't
You
say
throw
take
anything
the
in front of-
opinions of sheep because I'm not either.
Well, okay.
I
You
said
throw
their
anything-
purchasing power is the greatest. Their purchasing power is bigger than you or mine.
Their purchasing power failed to propel a movie that came out 12 years ago.
What do you mean? Man of Steel? Man of Steel did well.
Once again, you know the worst part about the funniest thing about this, he will forever, James Gunn will forever be in Zack's shadow because of this movie. Forever. It's its own running joke.
I got to be honest with you, man. I see Man of Steel as like a masterpiece of film for a alien who comes to Earth. But as a Superman movie, that movie's hot garbage.
Okay.
So
If you
you're
say
wrong.
so.
That's not going to be a
Okay.
Propel. He's already outside of Henry. Henry, let me tell you, Henry Cavill is already an afterthought, my guy. His movies have been sent to streaming. He lost box office release, theatrical release for 2 of his movies. He's no longer
We
even
got-
considered really a movie
So,
star.
so since we're talking Cavill, we got the Warhammer Cinematic Universe about
Streaming.
to pop off.
Amazon.
Doesn't matter. Amazon's one of the biggest streamers on the planet.
Stop,
I'm excited for that.
It's streaming,
We got
bro.
the
Just like
Highlander-
Snyder's streaming. He's a streaming
we got
director
the
now.
Highlander reboot. Cavill gonna be okay.
Streaming.
Okay, he gonna be okay.
He lost The Witcher
Cavill was going. He left The Witcher.
because he thought he was going to be Superman.
No. Well, there's a bunch of mad factors with that. Yeah, if your studio tells you, "Come on back, we got a job for you,"
And
you
he
quit your
ran
job,
to it. He ran back, right? He wanted to be
wouldn't you?
Superman.
What do you mean?
He wanted to be a DCU Superman, didn't he?
Why did he go back?
He
to
didn't
that-
want to come back to be a Snyder
Why
Superman.
did he go back?
He came
But
to
why
be a
did-
DCU Superman. How do you
Jody,
feel
why
about
did he
that?
go back to the role? Because he was told, "Hey, we got a
'Cause he
job
loves
for you.
Superman.
Come on back." Because they
Because-
lied to him. Yes,
He came back because he loves Superman and wants to be
he
Superman.
came back because they said, "Hey, come on back. We got a job for you."
That's
Yes?
not why you go back. You don't go back to a movie that you don't want to be a part of. If your old
So-
job says, "Hey, come back," would you go back if you hated that job?
They begged him to come back.
That's
They
not
said,
why
"Hey,
he went
do this
back."
they said, "Do the Black Adam cameo. You got your spot back."
Yes.
And he went back like he was like anybody would have. What do you mean?
No. Henry Cavill
Okay.
came back because he wanted to do Superman right. He wanted to be in David's suit.
Okay.
That's
No,
the
he don't want
truth.
to be in David's suit. He had his own suit. David's suit is trash, sir.
But he wanted to be right where he is now. That was where Henry Cavill
Because
wanted
Warner
to
Brothers
be.
like, come on back. They told him.
How
to
do
come
you
back.
feel knowing that Henry Cavill wanted to be James Gunn's Superman?
If it was to happen, it would have happened.
How do you feel about that?
We don't know that,
We do know that.
so they say.
Yes. So you say, so I
But it
say,
didn't happen.
so he
But it didn't
says,
happen.
so Warner
But it
Brothers,
didn't.
so everyone says,
Doesn't
this
matter.
was
Everything
fact.
worked out. The universe
He wanted to be.
worked it all out.
How do you feel knowing? I just want
I
you
don't
to
feel no
answer
type of
honestly.
way. I
How do
like
you
Henry
feel
Cavill as
knowing
an actor.
that the Snyderverse Superman wanted to be James Gunn's Superman?
It's a job. I don't blame him.
Okay. All right. All right.
What's wrong with
Tight.
that? You got family to feed. What you mean?
All right. Oh, you think that he did it for the money and not the passion?
So we're working for free now?
Are you saying Henry Cavill wasn't passionate about Superman?
He's passionate about everything he takes a role in. He's a passionate person.
Were you a politician? Answer my
No, I'm not a
questions.
politician.
Answer my questions.
What was the question again?
Is Henry Cavill passionate about playing Superman?
Yeah.
Yes. So he has a
Yeah.
love and passion. He said it many a times in
Yeah.
many reviews. In fact, did you know that Henry Cavill in 2008 in Men's Health magazine said that
I
he
read
didn't
the
like the
article.
direction of BVS and he wanted to do
Yeah.
a Man of Tomorrow Superman?
Yeah.
Do you know that's the sequel to this
Who
movie?
forced Zach to do BVS? There you
BVS,
go.
Zach
Come
did
on,
it.
not Studio Matt. Come on, man.
No, that was all
I don't-
Zach.
I love how you just disregard studio meddling.
There was no
Okay.
meddling in BVS.
We
That was Zach's
we had the
decision.
script with Christopher McQuarrie attached to direct. We're going to get the Brainiac introduction, all that good stuff.
Incorrect.
Studio said, nope, we got to compete with Marvel.
That's a lie.
We got to match Marvel blow for blow, and it failed.
Yeah, it was Zach's decision to make BVS.
It was
Man of
not
Steel
Zach.
2.
Stop. Now all of a sudden Zach got power now.
He always had power. I've been telling
He
you
couldn't
that.
stop
It's not no
himself
now.
being fired from his own movie, but he got power to change course correct
Yes.
The direction of the
Once
universe.
his stuff
okay.
was tanking, they got rid of him.
We
Once
agree
the
to disagree,
critics said
Jody.
your
It's all
movies
good.
suck, once Ben
It's all
Affleck
good.
said,
It's
"Oh
all
my
good.
God, this
Hey,
guy's horrible,"
enjoy this
yeah.
that bowl of James Gunn gruel that he's gonna keep serving y'all.
I'm
I'm happy for it.
I'm not gonna enjoy what James Gunn has for the future of movies that he creates. I'm not. I'll be honest with you. I ain't checking for what I have to because I'm a Superman fan. Because regardless of what people feel about studio heads, if they're a true DC Superman fan, they'll watch and support it regardless. That's the biggest difference between me and you. I'm gonna still watch those James Gunn movies knowing I hate the guy who's making them. That's
There
the
are
DC
times
fan
when
in me.
there are times when fans walk away from whatever they like until they feel things get better. It
That's
happens.
true, but
Everybody,
they cannot call themselves fans anymore.
they're still a fan nonetheless. You
I
can't
walked away
dictate.
from Star Wars. I haven't been back. When Star Wars gets good again, I'll come back. If you ask me right now if I'm a Star Wars fan, I would say no.
Okay, but I wouldn't say you're not a fan just because you walked away because you're not happy with.
I'm saying it. How
the
could you call
direction.
yourself a fan if you don't support them? That's
If
not
you
what
don't
fans
like-
do. That's
I wouldn't
not against.
expect-
That's not the definition of fan. That's not what
The
fans
a-
do. They support.
No, what you want are fanatics.
That's
Those are
what
not
fan is. Fan is short for fanatic.
Yeah, I don't. Then don't be a fanatic.
Well, guess what? You a fanatic? I'm a fanatic of something. So, if you're a fan, you support them. That's what is that's a prerequisite of being a fan, which is something that you are not of DC.
You don't like how I support. You don't like the direction I choose to support. That's all.
The world doesn't like the direction in which you choose to support.
What-
Warner Brothers, if Warner Brothers was here, they would
listen.
say they don't like. They would tell you to return your stock, sir. You're not even
Listen,
supporting our
after this,
movies.
I'm still gonna keep my.
They don't want your 10 shares.
subscription. I'm still gonna go back and watch all those old Justice League.
That gives
cartoons
DC
and
no
all
money.
That good stuff.
That gives DC zero money. Zero. They
give
get
me
no
what I-
money
they
off of
give me
that.
what I want.
That's like you keep buying used cars. Toyota doesn't get no money off of a used car sale. You have to
That's why
buy
Toyota-
new.
Well, no, sir. Toyota makes cars to last, so you don't have to keep buying them used. That's the whole point.
No, people want to
That's-
be in new stuff every
That's
5 or 10
Toyota's
years.
claim to fame. You buy a Toyota, you know it's going to last you. And Toyota's like,
okay.
we build cars to last.
Cool, but guess what?
Okay.
Toyota still sells some of the most cars in the nation right now because people are choosing to buy and support that company that's been good to them. They got my family through 10 years. I want to buy a new one.
Okay.
That's what you are not.
That's that's on you.
That's all. No, it's not on
Once
me.
again,
It's on you.
When I click on that login, that HBO Max, and I click my profile, there I'm supporting the machine.
That don't save you. You ain't supporting. You're doing what you're doing.
Hey,
Dissupport with your
hey,
channel.
listen,
Your
I'm
channel is
hoping
doing
DC
way
gets
more
sold.
damage than your subscription is
I'm
supporting.
hoping DC gets sold off by the time. Let's see. Hopefully James Gunn doesn't get his contract renewed next year. Hopefully that they let him go and DC gets sold 27, 28. Good to go.
You said that you're perfectly fine with them going bankrupt. Let it crash and burn. Would a Toyota fan say that? Let the Toyota
gives
crash
me what I
and
want.
burn.
Toyota gives the people what they. Matter of fact, since you bring up Toyota, now they're going to get away from those turbo V6s because they're having a bunch of recalls. They're going back to their 4-cylinders and their V8s in their trucks. Okay, they give the people what they want.
Well, it's not giving them what they want. Their engines were having catastrophic engine failure. That's a problem.
And then what
Recalls and
happens?
such. That's a problem.
Unhappy customers.
Yes, there's a difference between an unhappy customer and your product failing. That's different. You have to fix that.
So they learned that they shouldn't have gone away from the tried and true V8s and the 4-cylinders instead of the turbo 6s and turbo 4s.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that. I think that Toyota's lost its way with the reliability and all that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
but that doesn't change the fact of what I'm saying to be true. You are not supporting DC.
I support DC. Yes, I do.
You want them to. You said you're okay with them burning and dying.
You just don't want to see it. You just don't. You don't want to recognize how I support. You want me to support
a person that supports DC would never say they should crash and burn and go away.
If they don't,
those should never exist.
They're giving up. If they're turning out crappy, low tier, mid grade product, yeah, you deserve that.
That's according to you, though. It's the #1 grossing movie of 2025, bro.
Wow, it only at $612 million.
Yeah, bro. I don't like how people are glazing the box office because I'm not behind it. I think that I wanted Superman to make at least 750. Then I would have been really excited. But it's and I would say I would have a more of an issue if Superman made, I think it's at like 615 right now. If it made 615, but it didn't beat out Marvel, I would have been even more upset. That's something to be proud of, that they made the 615, but they also beat out their competition. All three of those movies. So that's something to be proud about. So that's why I let the 615 kind of like live a little bit. But when people be putting all these fake articles, this Twitter, biggest success, $600 million, huge success. It's not a huge success. It's not a massive success. It's barely what I would call successful. It's okay. But Superman, this movie, underperformed based on expectations.
Okay, let me ask you this. What would Supergirl have to hit for you to deem it a success? Oh shit,
bro! After seeing what this movie made, bro, it don't look good, bro. So box office wise, I need to know the numbers. So let's say Supergirl's not gonna be as big as Superman. So let's drop the budget down. Let's drop the marketing down.
Yeah.
So if Superman's budget was 200 for the production budget, and the marketing was allegedly 250 to 300. I'm willing to say they'll spend $100 million on Supergirl and put a marketing budget of $150 million. So that's an all-in of $250 million for Supergirl. Well, if that's the case, I feel like the threshold for Supergirl in the box office is about $400 to $425 million and up. So that 400, let's split the difference. At 250 coming in with 4, I would say 425. 425 and up, W.
I was a little bit more generous. I had it at 500 worldwide.
Well,
I think it would
I'll
do
take
500.
I'll take that. Yeah. But you asked me about success. You said what is the minimum of what I think would be a W? And the minimum,
gotcha.
Yeah, the minimum is 425. I would say.
I think it gets close to 500.
Oh, that's freaking. That's huge. What you talking? DC Rises, baby.
I mean,
that's a W for Supergirl to make 500. You think it could make $500 when this one made 625? That's a W.
Yeah, I think there's enough. Listen, I'm not crazy. I'm a realist. I think it hits 500.
Oh,
anything more than that is unreal.
You're more optimistic than I am.
I like Millie Hancock. I loved her in Game of Thrones as young.
Greg Gillespie. He's a great director, bro. He's a director of women. He has a lot of women-led movies like I, Tonya, Cruella. He made these movies with lead female actors. He knows what he's doing, bro.
I think this does well as long as Lobo is the strong male, masculine presence that he's known to be. So if they don't water him down, I think this it'll do 500.
I mean, but it is Supergirl, bro. She's strong, bro. She's stronger than Lobo.
Is that canon?
Absolutely. Supergirl will clap Lobo.
That's canon?
She's a Kryptonian. What are you talking about? She's from Krypton. She's just as strong as Superman compared to male female. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how a man is weaker than a woman's weaker than a man, but a Kryptonian woman is clapping Lobo all day long. Absolutely. Wonder Woman's clapping Lobo. What are we doing?
I gotta do research on that. That's an interesting.
It's Supergirl we talking here, bro. But Supergirl ain't weak.
Listen, I think it hits 500.
But Lobo might put tips on Supergirl. That'd be dope too. I'm cool if Lobo puts tips on her, and then decides to like not put tips on her. And I'm cool with Lobo putting some tips, Supergirl getting upset and putting some clonkers on him, and he's like, and then they get on. But I don't want none of that. Lobo's real trash and weak because she's a girl boss and she's a baddie. She's the best. I don't want none of that nonsense, bro. So, but that's the point of Craig Gillespie. He's not really into the nonsense. So,
I want to say I liked your breakdown of Anna Nagara, because when you pointed out all that, I was like, wow, okay, he's on point. I appreciate that, because that's troubling to give her that much.
She's a red flag, bro. But time will tell. We're gonna find out with Supergirl. Is Anna gonna be agenda writer, or is she gonna write a good movie? And that's what I'm waiting for. I know this. I'm walking away from this Superman release era, this 1 year era of Superman. That's done. Mm-hmm. We'll revisit that in 2027. But with Supergirl, that's what's gonna tell me what other people without James Gunn's involvement could bring to DC. So
Okay.
2026 is going to be the year.
Oh, my last question for you: when do you know agenda writers to not put the agendas? They can't help themselves.
I would say a lot of people do hold off on it. Like even if they believe a certain thing, they don't like Chloe Zhao, Eternals. People think that there was agenda all in that movie, but she directed a fantastic film. She really did her job. Her expertise was on full display. Her craft, her natural lighting, and let me tell you, to go with such a natural lighting environment with on scene locations, this is something that James Gunn don't even do. This is something that the Russo brothers don't even really do. On scene locations with CGI completely rendered images in that scene. Oh, that's bold. And it looked beautiful. Eternals is a beautiful looking movie, bro. And I don't think Chloe Zhao gets the attention and the credit that she deserves. So that's an example.
Well, yeah, she done went back to making her usual stuff now.
Yeah.
So she dipped her toe in that water.
She said, I'm
It
out
worked
because the
out.
fans rejected her. They said, this movie
Yeah.
sucks. This. She said, man, forget you dweebs. I'm not ever coming back. I'm done.
Yeah, because I kind of want to see where it went with the sequel. I'm like, so you're not going to finish up the story with the...
I don't blame her for leaving,
Okay.
bro. The fans, bro. The fans.
This is why you can't, as studios,
You live and die by
give
him,
an
bro.
inch. Yeah.
But the fans, that's why I'm saying, bro, like the fans fans are behind this because they are fans of Superman. The film guy in me is not behind James Gunn because he can't write. He's a bad writer. And even more than that, he's a liar and he is a fraud, in my opinion. I think he's a manipulative fraud. So I don't want him to do Superman, but he's going to do Superman. He's going to be doing Superman for the next few years. That's a pill I have to eat. But this other stuff, I'm excited for, and we'll see what happens, bro. That's why it's still DC Rises, and I'm not giving up, even though I don't like what James has done here. So
You think they renew his contract?
I don't want them to. I don't want that.
what I asked you.
I don't know when I don't know what his contract terms are. I think it's 2 or 3 years.
It's up next year.
You sure? Next year.
2026, yeah.
They only gave him 2 years?
Didn't he sign on in 2023, technically?
But I feel like, yeah, but that's not nearly enough to. You would need at least 3 years of making movies. Like, his contract should not be, because in 2027, his movie's coming out. So if his contract is up in 2026,
I mean, he could still be removed and still get the credits and residuals and
that's
stuff.
not
Like,
real.
it just not be, you know.
I'm gonna assume it's 2027. I'm gonna assume it's 2020 at the end of 2027. So by that point, that's Superman, Supergirl, Clayface, Batman Part 2, Superman 2. Depends on how much money this universe make. So it's all based on money. David Zaslav don't care about nothing else but the money. And if they're successful, he'll get the extension. If not, he's out of there. And not only that, if James is out of there and then they're selling DC, bro. They gonna walk away from this.
I still think they need to go ahead and sell DC.
Yeah, they'll
That's
sell
just,
it. And they should sell it to Universal or Paramount.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Well, shoot, bro, I ain't gonna take much of your time. I appreciate the conversation, man.
I do as well. Even though we're on opposite sides of this trough, I just had to. I feel like you have the misconception of me, and lies were said on my name, and I had to clear that up.
I don't respond to people whoever said what I don't all that shit. Nah, we just me and you, and
All
if
right.
I got it wrong, I got it wrong. All good. That's why I love having these interactions with people.
Yeah, I
getting
do
to know
too.
them.
Wow.
Yeah, so much respect, man. I appreciate the time though.